Okay, so tonight I'm making beef stroganoff. These are the ingredients that I'm using. You can pause to take a screenshot or whatever you feel. First thing you're gonna do, you're gonna take the stems off your mushrooms and then you're gonna clean your mushrooms thoroughly because they will have a little dirt on them, so you need to clean them off. Yeah, so I'm just taking the stems off. After I clean my mushrooms, I'm going to slice them into little thin slices. Okay, the next thing you're gonna do is dice up some onions. So I start by slicing them as thin as possible, and then I stack them up and go cut them across to make like a small dice. It's a rough dice, rough chop, whatever you want to call it. But just make sure that they're small enough so they can basically break down in the sauce. Now I'm going to take 3 cloves of garlic and I'm going to slice those up, and then I'm going to finely mince them. In the medium pan over medium heat, I'm going to take about 2 tablespoons of olive oil and heat that up in the pan. After that, you're going to get your water ready for your egg noodles. So you're going to take a medium pot and salt the water and put it to the side so it can boil. Now that the oil is hot, you're going to add in your beef and saute your beef until it gets brown. At this point, I'm going to season my beef as well. So I'm going to use red pepper flake, steak seasoning, Worcestershire, and garlic salt. Stir your meat around and let that cook down for another 3 minutes. The next thing you're going to do is add in your onions, garlic, and mushrooms and let those sweat down until they get translucent and fully cooked. This is me adding the garlic powder, garlic salt. And you're going to cook that down too for another 2 to 3 minutes. Once your beef mixture has been cooking for a while, you can taste this now and adjust your seasonings. And then after, you're going to put a top on there and let it just cook down some more. After it cooks down for another about 5 minutes, you're going to take the beef out of the pan and then put in butter, because now you're going to make your gravy basically. So you're going to melt your butter down, equal parts butter, equal parts flour. So I used about, I don't know, 3 tablespoons of butter. I have no clue. I just had this little chunk of butter sitting in the refrigerator, so I just used it. And I used I think that's a quarter cup of flour. This is very small, little quarter cup of flour. So I'm going to say that's a quarter cup of butter. So yeah, so you're just going to scrape the bottom, cook off that flour taste, and then after you cook off the flour taste, I'm still like scraping the bottom. So you want to work that flour around in that pan. It might not look like it's going to be enough butter to cook it, but it'll be fine. The next thing you're going to do, you're going to pour in your beef broth. This is the start of your gravy. So you're going to scrape that bottom and you're going to get the clumps out. And you're just going to work it until it becomes thick. You're going to work that sauce until it gets thick. So move it around. Get all the little flavor bits or fond for the culinary folks off the bottom of the pan and get all that good flavor off of there. So you're just going to keep working your gravy sauce until it gets to the consistency that you like. You can add more beef broth to thin it out. Make sure at this point you also cut the fire down to low. Now I'm going to add in some more Worcestershire, the quarter cup of sour cream, and about a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. So at this point, you're just getting the consistency the way you want. And by the time you finish this sauce, your egg noodles should be done and you should be ready to plate. I rinse mine under cold water so they can stop the cooking process and they don't become mushy. But yeah, this is me plating it up. I put my noodles down first. If you want to mix them all together, you can mix it together however you like. But I like to go on and I put the egg noodles down first, and then the beef and gravy sauce on top of it. So, yeah, this is a very quick 30-minute, if that, meal for any weeknight. Anybody that's on the go, even if you want to meal prep this, you can. But yeah, I like to finish mine off with a little green onion and some parsley, and we're done.